difficulties of this year have forced so many to get creative and innovate in ways that wouldn't have seemed logical, necessary, or even plausible this time last year. And now those moves seem imperative with the benefit of hindsight, which is so 2020. With a vaccine here, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. The next phase for businesses, the road to recovery. Courier reporter Steve Watkins continues our series, Small Business, Big Mission, with one of the CEOs we've been following for the last 8 months, Journey Steel's Barb Smith.
Thanks. And Barb, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me, Steve.
Well, it's been quite a journey, no pun intended, for you guys. And I know it's been kind of a rough ride. Tell me a little bit about how you guys were able to manage through the pandemic here, through the late spring, summer, and into the fall.
We managed basically day by day, and some days it was minute by minute. But in a nutshell, we were able to get through it, just staying abreast of everything that was going on, keeping our eyes and ears to the updates that were happening, and trying to position Journey basically just to make it through this pandemic. So we have been able to do that with a lot of help, with a lot of support, from the agencies, and just Cincinnati, of course, being a wonderful place to have a business, because the support of small and local businesses is remarkable, and that really helped us to get through this.
And some of that help came from the PPP, right?
Absolutely. Without the PPP, I'm not sure that we would have made it through. We were able to get the PPP, as you know, in the first round. That gave us a sense of comfort, at least for those 8 weeks. And we were able to keep all of our employees. We were able to keep working, and that gave us a peace of mind so that you could work, because again, it was crazy times for everyone. So just having that peace of mind to know that we're going to continue to work. You're going to continue to be able to have your paycheck for our employees, and that just, and to stay healthy and to stay safe. So that was a tremendous help for us.
And how are things going now compared to how they were, say, much earlier in the year when there was a lot of uncertainty with the coronavirus?
I will say things are going well. I'm not going to say that there's still not uncertainty, because things are still happening. So we're still braced for the change that is coming and continuing to come. But we're operating, I won't say business as usual, but business as the new usual, expecting things hopefully to, I won't ever say get back to where they were, but for us to be in a position to continue to move forward. So we're staying nimble, we're staying flexible, we're staying open. We're constantly ready to change directions on a dime. So our strategic growth plan, instead of being a 3 to 5 year growth plan, it's a month to month growth plan, and making sure that we are in a position to continue to stay in business and ride this out for however long it's going to be.
Yeah, that sounds encouraging. And speaking of growth, how does Journey, and how do you plan to keep expanding Journey? Where do you see things heading into next year?
Well, we were fortunate enough, like we've already mentioned, to get the PPP funding that allowed us to breathe. We were also fortunate enough to get a mentor in place. Part of our strategic growth plan has always been to get into the government sector. And so we have a mentor. We were able to open a Kansas City office. We were able to put things into place to try to increase our workforce and increase our geographical reach and our market space. So that's where we're really trying to focus, to keep things status quo with our current clients and customers, believing that they will continue to move forward. And then also for the government market, believing again, I'm an entrepreneur, so I'm always optimistic that there will always be work and failure is not an option. So moving forward and believing that there will be new clientele out there, and for Journey to grow, attract new talent, develop the talent we have, and just really it's a collective effort on our parts with our workforce. And it's a wonderful thing to have the workforce that we have, knowing that we're all in this together and we're going to succeed together. And we have to be open-minded to know that there is no norm, and we have to create the new norms.
It sounds fantastic. Well, thanks so much for being here, Barb. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me, Steve.
And now back to you.
Thank you so much, Steve. And you can read profiles of all 5 local CEOs, including Jake Rouse, Jimmy Gould, Matt Woods, and Rich Grader in this week's print edition.